I'm back for day 2, and in this video I'm going to be working primarily in this back bedroom on the second floor, which has a couple of funky things going on in it. It has this ramp here that was patched in at one point. I'm not sure what's going on underneath the floor here. We have this peel and stick linoleum and then some plywood back there. I am hoping that I'm not going to be just opening a giant can of worms that's going to be like super scary, and I'm going to find something underneath there that I'm going to have to spend a lot of money to repair. So when we bought the house, there was carpet here, and the previous tenant pulled it up and threw it out this window over here. So that's going to be my next project. It's probably very poor lighting in here, but I'm going to be taking off the casing around this window because the wood along the outside is all rotten and all of the flashing fell off. The tenant said that it fell off in a storm. I really think what happened was they were throwing all the carpet out the window and it got snagged on that flashing, which probably wasn't very secure since all the wood was rotten, and it exposed the problem, which needs to be fixed. But I think that's probably how it happened. This window actually is pushed out somewhat as well. It's clearly should have been in about 1 inch this way, but you can see that there was some kind of repair done in this area before. Maybe it was just a band-aid, something that hopefully I can just kind of remove some of this wall, be able to repair it, and then put it back together. I think there's also maybe some water damage down below. I don't know if this is anything that has happened recently or if this is just damage from years ago that is just starting to surface, because when I bought the property, I'd put a new roof over this section of the house, which is flat or fairly flat on this end, and had the gutters cleaned out and worked on. So it's possible the gutters are clogged, or maybe they pulled away from the house. We actually see that on the corner as well. So this is probably 2 of the biggest projects that I'm going to encounter, that I hope to encounter during this tenant turnover situation. Hopefully they don't get too costly, but let's start tearing into this floor. The other day whenever I was here, I did not wear my dust mask for part of the time, mainly whenever I was vacuuming, because I thought that I was sucking up the dust, but I think I was still swirling it around, and I had an awful headache the next day and burning eyes, all that kind of stuff, I guess just from all the dust and pet hair and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be wearing my respirator all the time today. I'm just going to dig in with a couple of tools here and see if I can start to remove this plywood. It's all tacked down with staples, so hopefully it won't be too hard to remove. It's probably hard to see on camera, but the floor on this side is raised up about 2 inches from that side over there. So I don't know, we'll see what's going on underneath here. Well, mystery still not solved. So I pulled up that piece of plywood. We're left with these ramps here that were underneath that plywood, and those are just nailed down, so I'll pull those up. But what I've, I guess, discovered so far is that the floor over here is approximately the same height as the floor across the room over here on that side. They are both about 98 inches from the floor to the ceiling, and there's no guarantee that the roof is level and straight, but I did try to take a measurement from the same spot, basically this line here, and what we have is right here in the middle, right about there is the peak. So it's about 2 inches higher here than it is over here and over there. So I'm going to pull up all of these guys here, the bracing support for that plywood, and then I guess start pulling up this tile, see if I can get rid of this leveling compound and then the tile. And I don't think there's anything to be concerned of with this tile. It just appears to be peel and stick vinyl or linoleum. I pulled away a lot of the tile here. Just was kind of making my way in this area where the highest point is, which is about right here. And you can kind of see this giant gap right here between these two pieces of the old subfloor. The good news is the flooring is the same as it is throughout the rest of the upstairs here. But the bad news is that there's no obvious sign of what is causing this giant hump. And just for reference, I thought it would be fun. I grabbed this can of Goya chickpeas from downstairs in the pantry, kind of show how unlevel this floor is. And I thought to myself, where have I seen this before? This like giant hump that seems to slant towards the outside wall. I remembered that downstairs in the pantry we have the same issue. So I started thinking that maybe down here in the basement we could find some clues as to what is going on with the foundation, if there's any issues with the joists. So I started taking a look down here and discovered that all the joists, they seem to be sitting on this foundation, which this foundation wall looks a whole lot different than this foundation over here. And maybe we're looking at a situation where there was an addition at one point, or just I don't know, some kind of a regular poured foundation was put in way after the fact. So some sort of an addition. And then what I discovered is from this wall over to this wall is only about 130 inches. And the upstairs, it looks like pretty much right where this wall is, that's where the high point is. Both in the kitchen, where we saw the pantry that's sloping away from the middle of the room, and on that second story bedroom, pretty much in the same area. So I'm thinking that when this was poured, maybe the house was jacked up too high and this is sitting a couple inches, or maybe there was some settling on the other side here, the other side of this foundation, and then maybe over here as well. I don't know. Oh, so now it's just trying to figure out, what do we want to do? How deep do we want to go? How much do we want to invest? And how big of a project it's going to be. So I'll have to do some thinking on that. It's going to take me some time to pull up all that peel and stick tile. And that's hard work. By the way, demo is hard work. All the DIY channel, HGTV shows and all that, they make that appear to be the most exciting and most fun part of the entire process. But I'm here to tell you, it is not. I feel like it's the worst. It might be fun to swing a sledgehammer and go through a drywall or whatever is easy, but there's a huge mess always after. And it's hard on your body too. No matter what, you're probably going to be in an uncomfortable situation. It's not often that you're just able to work at waist height. You're often reaching up high, reaching down low, squatting, doing all those things. It's extremely dirty, and you always have a mess to clean up. This is nothing. A little pile here from just a little bit of work, but I gotta now take all that up, clean it all up, and take it out to the dumpster. Anyway, if you're thinking about getting into rehab projects and you're not familiar with doing the dirty work, just be warned. Demo is not fun. While I continue to think about what to do with this flooring, I'm gonna start to look at this window and open up a second can of worms and see what's going on there. It's pretty clear that the casing has been changed at some point, and they didn't even try to make it match. This side over here is like 6 inches, that side over there is 4 inches. So I'm just gonna take away the casing here. Hopefully the window is not gonna fall out. I don't think it's quite that bad. And we'll see hopefully what's going on in the wall behind there. looks absolutely terrible, but it's kind of what I expected, and it's going to make it a little bit easier to work on. You can see right here, this is just all completely rotted out, and that's going to have to all be fixed. So what I'll have to do is take out this window, but you can just see this just was kind of cobbled together with scraps. I don't think there was a whole lot of intentionality here, and some of this drywall is just like crumbling here. So, whoa, it'd probably be a good opportunity to kind of just open up this wall. Like I said, it's another can of worms, but I'll be able to open it up a couple inches on each side. Hopefully that's as far as the rot goes around the window on the top, sides, and the bottom. And we'll be able to reframe that out and then address the outside as well as the inside, get this window back in, and then get the flashing back on around the outside. Well, I've just been sitting here thinking for probably like the last 45 minutes or so, which is kind of what you have to do sometimes when you're in a project like this and you don't really know what you have behind the walls. It looks like this section here must be lath and plaster, so I don't really want to mess with that because that stuff gets extremely heavy, and it looks like it's in good shape. But I can't tell how far down the drywall goes here, but it went all the way to the ceiling here. So I pulled off some more of that and then pulled off some over here. And this is just really thin, like 1/4 inch stuff, and there's no insulation behind it. And they had it trimmed out with these scrap pieces of wood here. So I'm gonna remove all of that and just, I guess, a couple pieces of drywall and some insulation would be good. And I'll probably have to do the same thing to that window over there. I didn't mention it in the first video, but I was hoping that my budget for this project would be somewhere around $3,000. And I was hoping to turn it around in just a couple of months, get it rented by the time spring rolls around. We're currently at the beginning of February. We'll just kind of have to see how it goes. As I find things, I want to do them right so that I don't have to worry about them for a long time. And I hope to own this house for the rest of my life, which is what you do as an investor. I don't want to have to worry about coming in here again and working on this part of the house. So it'd be wise to do it right now. And I want to make sure that I get market rate rent. I don't want somebody to come in here and feel like this house is janky and there's weird slopes to the floors and there's drafts because there's rotten wood wrapped around the window, or the window's loose and crooked because there's nothing for it to screw to. But one thing I wanted to show real quick, these instructions here, this is from the Beaver Products Company, and if I zoom in real close, some of the dates on here are like 1918, 1921. These are instructions for how to hang this wallboard. And I looked up the company, and it appears that they were purchased by Certainty back in the early 1920s. I didn't find the actual beaver board. I tried to look and see what that stuff looked like, and I didn't see it. It's an interior wall paneling. I found it over here in this corner, so it must have been left behind from some old wall paneling or something. But it kind of gives us a clue that this house was built in 1882. And there must have been some kind of renovation on this part of the house back in the early 1900s, like 100 years ago, 105, 110 years ago, depending on, well, I guess it would have been like somewhere in the 1920s. But just thought that was pretty cool. Maybe I'll hang on to that. I worked on that floor for just a bit, tried to get up as much as I could, but that was really back-breaking work. So next time I'm gonna bring a handheld like floor scraper. Hopefully that'll work. At least it will save my back. And then I also continued to demo this wall a little bit further and clean it up so that next time we'll be ready to start working on getting this window sill put back together. Right now it's letting the outside in, and I found a bunch of critters that were living in the wall, so we got to get rid of those. We got to get this thing wrapped up and do these windows right. I'm going to get both sides of them, but I'm going to tear into the second one later. I want to see how this one goes back together first. And then I was able to spend a little bit of time cleaning out the refrigerator downstairs. That was disgusting, lots of old food down there. Still a long way to go, but we're making progress. If you like this kind of content, if you find this interesting, if you have any questions, please let me know, but give us a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.